The bright yellow cars of Mavic Neutral Service are one of probably the most famous sights at the Tour de France. And they've been kind enough to actually take us right inside the heart of the race, give us a seat in one of their Neutral Service cars. This is a day in the life of Mavic Service Course.
Båda handsgrupper. Vi upptar från number 154 powers.
Now it's not quite as early as I thought it would be, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, that we're not in a hotel car park. Actually, we're at Mavic's headquarters because the stage starts in their hometown of Annecy, so that helps a lot. And then secondly, La Course is on today, and so these cars are going to be with the men's race, which doesn't start until later, so that both races can be on the same day. So, 8 o'clock, like a lion. Well, maybe these guys didn't, as you can tell, they're pretty much already ready to go. They were waiting for us. Apparently this is going to be our one opportunity of the day to see the whole fleet together. So I will talk you through it. We've got 2 motorbikes on today's stage. Each one will have 2 people on it. Then further down, you can see there's a transporter van there. So that is going to be in the fairly unusual position of being static on the top of what's called the Col de Glière, which is a short section of gravel. So they'll have some wheels and a little tent. By all accounts, they're expecting that to be a relatively easy gig today. So a nice rest day for those guys. Then we can also see there are 3 neutral service cars down there. So they will be in the race, taking different positions, and we'll talk you through that a little bit later on. Driving the car today is Max Ruffy. Despite his youth, he's still got 5 tours under his belt. He is the guy that helped sort Rigoberto Urán's bike last year on the stage that he then went on to win. But he's not the mechanic today though, that is Benjamin Gliese. He sits in the back of the car with me. Now you might be wondering what Neutral Service is, and perhaps even who Mavic are. So let me explain. Mavic are a French cycling company with near mythical status, cemented by these iconic yellow cars. They're most famous for their wheels, but also tyres, shoes, helmets, clothes, and neutral service. Which is what exactly? Well, during a bike race, riders are followed by their team cars, which have spare bikes and wheels in case of emergency. However, there are 8 riders in a team and only 2 team cars, so at times a rider might not have team support. And that is where Mavic Neutral Service comes in, on hand to give a new wheel or even a new bike to whomever might need it. It's a role that Mavic created in 1973 and a role they take very seriously, both at pro and since 1985 at amateur events too. They always need to be prepared, which is why we're off to the race start with 4 hours to spare. We are in the village area at the start. We're waiting to take our place in the convoy, but before we do, Max, can we take this opportunity to actually show us around the car, explain what everything is, what it's doing here?
Yeah, sure. So this is our neutral service car, so the yellow car that you see in the Tour de France.
Yeah.
So for the cars, we've got 4 bikes in the roof. So they are all with, do you see the saddle, adjusting saddle from KS?
The dropper seat post,
Dropper seat post, and we've got all the pedals that are used here for the Tour de France.
So one size of bike, but look, Shimano, Speedplay.
And that's it.
Okay.
And so yeah, we've got the 4 bikes and they are ready to go, very easy to get out. And so in case of a major problem, we're going to use the bike to change it.
Now, you don't often see riders taking the bikes, but in terms of in the back here, we got wheels going on.
So today it's a hilly stage, so we use this one because they are light.
Okay.
It's actually the one they're going to probably use, AG2R as well. And so they are all set up with 2811. So they can fit to everyone and all the people.
And what about disc wheels then? So we know there's going to be some riders riding on disc brakes. But
yeah, we have to have a look actually this morning because we have to check it every morning for that. And we've got some wheels that's going to be at the back as well. 140, because there is some team they are 140. And we've got.
Wow, that's a deep one for today.
Yeah. And we've got the 160 as well.
Ah. Stealth wheel.
And
is that one of yours?
Yeah.
So full toolbox. Now, because you don't use that all that often either, but last year you did with Rigoberto Urán, yeah?
The tools we needed, yeah. Because even just screwer, BTR, the Allen key and things like that, we always need it. I mean, many times they come over just next to the car just for a small adjustment or tightening the saddle, one thing like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
And what's in this one?
Actually, this is shoes for all the riders of AG2R and all the riders that we've got in the peloton.
Yeah.
They've got spare shoes already, but in case we've got more shoes for them.
Ah, nice.
So we carry it for the full tour, and we actually keep it in one car because you never know. So what we do, I've got a list where I know all the riders, what they are using, so the disc and everything, pedals, and I put also the stage of the day. Every day I've got a map where I can check where we're gonna go through.
Yeah.
I've got the road book as well, making sure I follow the good road, but on the Tour de France it's not very difficult. There is people everywhere on the road, so yeah.
And then you've got race radio tucked in there as well. That's got to be super important, right?
So after we've got the radio, so in this radio we can hear a radio tour.
Yeah.
And we can speak together with the Mavic car and moto. So we've got an intern channel which we can speak together.
Okay. And do race radio ever say like we need neutral service? Obviously, normally it's like rider number 34. You know.
They actually always call us. As soon as there is action, they said, Mavic car, you're gonna hear it after.
Yeah.
Mavic car, come behind us and follow us. If there's a punctures and there is no team cars behind, they're gonna say, Mavic, that's for you.
The stage today is a mountain stage through the Northern Alps, starting in Annecy and crossing the cols of the Croix, the Rhône and the Colombière. And of course with that aforementioned section of gravel on top of the fearsomely steep Col de Glières. It's 158 kilometres in all and the stage finishes in Le Grand Bornand. It's a big day but no summit finish. Okay Max, can you explain to us where we are going to be in the sort of the overall picture of the race? So we're the third Mavic Neutral Service car. So where are the other two and where are we going to be?
So actually the two are at the front. They're actually getting behind the breakaway, the breakaway that it just got away right now.
Yeah.
And for us, I think we're going to go behind the red direction cars just at the start of the Col de la Croix.
Okay, so they're going to move us up soon?
Yeah, in 10Ks probably. They're going to call us and they're going to say, hey, Mavic number 3, just come over. People are getting dropped, so you need to follow us.
And so then once we're on the climbs, we're going to follow the GC guys. Yep. So we're going to see a lot of people getting dropped, one would imagine.
Yeah, probably a lot of people getting dropped today. So yeah, there's going to be probably a lot of people at the back, and they're going to do barrage. Yeah. And so they're going to keep the team cars behind, and we're going to be the only one behind the GC riders.
It looks kind of chaotic back here in the convoy, but there's some pretty strict rules, right, Max?
Yeah, there are actually. The right line for the cars, left line for the motos, and everyone's got his position. So yeah, it's well organized.
And so when we need to move up, we've got that whole left-hand lane where it's okay for us to do so, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much, and we need to use the horn, especially because everyone is fighting for his spot. So
yeah. But people know that, you know, you're not a rival team, you're Mavic, so you get a bit more.
Yeah, they let us pass pretty easily, so
yeah,
so that's fine.
Gruppetto starting to form. We've got quite a grandstand position. Kittel just going backwards. You wouldn't believe how fast we're still going there.
Demi-tour. En bas, pour aller en bas.
Il veut descendre la selle un petit peu.
C'est pas trop louche.
Saddle's a bit nose up. Just stuck arm out the window, 4mm Allen key, drop the nose of the saddle down. You've not even broken a sweat. Très calme, eh? Toujours calme?
Relax.
Right, just getting towards the top of the first summit of the day, the Col de Croix. And there's been action already, obviously. There's a fair few guys going backwards. But we've got to buckle up because it's going to be a fast descent off here. Just so we know, if there's a crash, obviously the rider wants their team car, but do we always stop too?
No, we have to pass them.
So we go past the crash.
Yeah, because the team cars will have to stop, and after we will be the only one behind the main group. So,
Okay.
So we have to pass, and after they are behind, so we have to stop.
Okay. I guess if we got gravel coming up, they need some support, right?
Yeah, I think they may are worried if there is a lot of puncture. It could be. So yeah, they want us to be there for in case if there is a puncture. So.
Bloody hell, it's through me.
Number 152, numéro 152, numéro 156, number 156, retard, pour Pama, FDJ.
Oh, good wheel change, Benjamin. There you go. Okay, that's pretty much about the most action you could ever expect to get in the Tour de France. Chris Froome rear wheel puncture on the section of gravel on this stage. That was a super quick wheel change. Nice work. And rear wheel at that.
Un vélo, look.
It's all going off. So that was a bike change for quel coureur?
Nicolas Ede.
Nicolas Ede. So he's now got one of the neutral bikes. Currently probably messing around with his dropper seat post, but at least he's got the right pedals. Just hit the foot of the final climb of the day now. I can't quite tell you how unbelievable this position is. So the back of the lead group of GC favourites is literally like 10 metres away up there. We're getting the best riders in the world just drifting past. It's absolutely incredible. Max, thank you so much for having us in the car with you. Thank you very much for driving us so safely.
Thanks.
Whilst eating a sandwich at times. That was truly remarkable. Yeah, and also fair play to the car, because we go downhill pretty quick, don't we?
These cars are amazing, and yeah, that's great to have this car, the Skoda one. So yeah.
Well, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Certainly some insight for me, and I hope for you too as well. If you'd like to watch any more Tour de France content, firstly let me remind you that we have our highlights and analysis programs over on Facebook, so make sure you check those out. And of course, all of our usual videos on YouTube, of which there is one absolute belter that you can click through to right now.